So it's Merry Christmas to everyone, to people who listened to this episode in 2025. It came out with one episode, I think, this year. Maybe, I don't remember. I just know that March 6th was the last episode that I did. And now it's December 25th, 2025, sitting here in my zoo with my cats and my dogs. And I'm realizing like I enjoy being alone. And if it wasn't freaking pouring outside, I'd probably go to the casino. So what am I doing? I'm trying to find apps that allow me to gamble, and I think that's a problem, right? I mean, but I haven't downloaded any because it sounds like they're all fake. You know, I'll play with the apps where it's like it's just playing. They give you like every time you sign in or log in or open the app, it's like here's $50 million, and I'm like thank you, you know, because it's not real. And I thought, what should I do? What should I do? You know, I'm home. My kids are with their dad. My parents are at my aunts and uncles, and I don't know, want to be home or out. But I can't be out because there's a storm going on right now in the Bay Area, and the weather says storm, and it says flood, and it says do not travel. And part of me wants to travel. I just want to get out of here. I was even like, maybe I should go just buy a plane ticket somewhere. You know, I mean, technically I can, right? I don't know, nobody to answer to. Take a plane ticket to a nearby casino, like maybe Reno or something. I don't know. And then, I mean, is there an airport in Reno? You know, it's a good question. Because I'd go to Reno. You know, not Vegas. I mean, Vegas sounds fun, but I'm like, Vegas is, I don't know. I feel like Vegas, it's everything's so far apart versus like in Reno, they have like, you know, 4 casinos attached together. It's like Silver Legacy, Circus, and then there's El Dorado. I don't know if it's changed, but that's how long it's been since I've been at the casino. And I guess I'm going to call this episode Casino because I just keep talking about the casino. And I like going to the casino. I like gambling a lot more. I feel like majority of people are like, yeah, no, I don't gamble because I know it's dangerous. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, it is a little bit dangerous. But not enough, you know? I mean, for me, for myself. Like I said, I could be at the actual casino right now gambling, but instead I'm here at home. I got Alfred Hitchcock on mute. And I think it's pretty extreme because I wonder what everyone else is doing on Christmas Day. People just chilling at home, people opening presents, people fighting, people laughing. You know, I every 24th I spend Christmas Eve with family. This is my brother's birthday. Well, my brother wasn't even with us. My brother was like sleeping because he was so tired. He works for Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks. And so they work him so much he doesn't have time, you know, to celebrate his birthday. So after we did our party with our family, my parents dropped me off because my car broke down, or the car that I'm borrowing broke down because my car is being worked on. My car broke down, so I'm borrowing my cousin's car, and my daughter's car broke down, but it was just, I don't know, something with the engine. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I forgot what I was saying. I just can't go anywhere right now because it's storming outside and I don't have a reliable car, so staying home it is, and then kind of just enjoying the peace and the quiet. You know, there's so much shit going on in the fucking world right now, and it's annoying. It's like I can't even look on social media without it being all sad and like angry. which is funny because I read a lot of horror stuff, and I've yawned like 2 times already since I've done this episode, which probably means I'm gonna take a nap pretty soon, and then who knows? Maybe when I wake up, I might want to go to the casino. You know, I don't know, but I'm enjoying the holidays. I'm enjoying me just being at home. You know, spending time with my animals, and my kids were with their dad. So usually Christmas Day, I'm alone on Christmas Day. My parents invite me to go to like other family gatherings, but it's like I don't want to be with other family. I just rather be with myself. I mean, I realize that when it comes to like public events, like you know, friends who are celebrating birthdays and stuff, like I'll go to them, but I'm always like the odd person out. Like I remember going to a wedding by myself, and I was like, I want to leave. Like I was there to support my friend who got married, you know, and I love. I love seeing people in love. I love seeing people fall in love. I love seeing people look into each other's eyes and just knowing that they love each other, you know. And not gonna lie, I was in a 6-month relationship this year, which is interesting because I think, is that the last? I don't know if that's the last episode. I don't think so. I mean, there was an episode that I was supposed to post with the guy that I was dating, but I never did it. You know, I never posted it. I don't know. Maybe there was a reason why. Maybe it was like a premonition for me to like not, you know, post it. That's interesting now that I think about that. You know, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Life is so odd. It's so odd. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like in this weird place right now where I just don't know. I just don't know what makes me happy anymore. I know, the casino. That's what makes me happy. I like going to the casino. I guess because it's something that I can do by myself. You know? I don't know. But back to the guy I was dating, you know, we started dating in March. That's why I think that was my last episode. And when we were dating in March, April, May, June, July, August, it lasted like 6 months, which is, you know, kind of sad, I guess. But I'm kind of grateful that I'm not in a relationship anymore. I just realized, like, I think relationships are just not for me. You know, I really, really try. I try. I try to make it work. I try to compromise. I try to tell myself, like, you know, nobody's perfect. And then part of me realizes, like, yeah, no, I'm not happy. And I'm tired of living a life being okay. And I want to be happy and I want to be great. And I've had an extreme long life of pretty extreme long life of depression, you know, and I would say that I didn't even know I was depressed till I was like in my 30s. That's when, is it in my 30s? Maybe late 20s. I was diagnosed with depression, you know, PTSD. And then I remember when COVID happened, you know, I was seeing a therapist. And then this year, or no, last year, 2024, I was seeing a psychiatrist because they put me on medication because my depression was like so severe. And it's amazing because I feel like I haven't been on medication, but I haven't been as depressed, if that makes sense. You know? And when I was on medication, I was still feeling what it was that I was feeling. And, that's why I kind of stopped taking the medication. And so now, I smoke weed, which I smoke weed every day, but I don't smoke as much as I like to, or as much as I do, I guess. I'm like okay with not smoking, some days, and then I just do like a nightcap. Um, I'm just trying to get by every day. I used to say, take it minute by minute, hour by hour, because you never know what's going to happen. 1 minute you're feeling great. I mean, it's funny because there's certain cultures, like especially Filipinos, they don't believe in depression. They don't think that's a real thing. And I 100% do think it's a real thing. And I think it is in our heads. Well, obviously it's in our heads. But I remember before I started seeing the psychiatrist, I was seeing a different therapist, and they also put me on medication. I want to say that's crazy. Um, I I was at the point where it's like I just wanted to be not depressed, and so they put me on medication, which didn't help. I mean, it didn't help. I felt like it really did nothing. And now I'm at the point in my life I quit smoking cigarettes. I'm not taking medication. I do smoke weed. But other than that, I guess I'm not as depressed as I used to be because I'm so busy. I'm busy working so much that I just don't have time to be depressed. And when I was diagnosed with the depression and PTSD, I actually was inquiring if I have ADHD. And because I was too depressed, they couldn't diagnose me with ADHD because I was just severely depressed. And it's interesting because now I look at myself and I don't, again, I guess, I don't know, I'm not even feeling depressed now. I'm by myself. I don't have the same feelings of just being depressed. And I remember like there were days that I would just cry, and I'm not a crier, but I just remember like crying alone, I made these videos. These videos actually probably helped me get through my depression. 100%, 100%. Because I remember going through my third marriage. Yeah, I know. Remember, I was going through my third marriage, and I just remember crying in the bathroom, making these videos, of making these videos talking to myself, not like talking to myself. Yeah, I guess you could say talking to myself, but like talking to myself in the future. Like, hey, PX, you're going to watch these videos and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, remember this, remember that. And, now that I am there, I still do think about that. I think about, what was I doing a year ago? And I've looked in my memories to see, what was I doing a year ago? And I'm just so thankful. I'm so grateful that I get to sleep in my bed, in my house every night. And before I go to bed, I just say that. I just say, I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed. And, God probably had a lot to do with it. The universe had a lot to do with it. And I'm grateful for that. That's why when I tried to kill myself back in 2022, 2021, I forget. I made a promise to not ever do it again. But the crazy part was like my brain would continue to process that stuff, right? Like I wouldn't necessarily think of me killing myself. I would just think like, oh man, if this like oncoming car was like a drunk driver, I could like, it could kill me, like, oh look at, it's like Final Destination shit that's going on in my head. And I don't know, I don't know where I'm at now. I mean, as far as mentally, I feel mentally strong. You know, I can't wait to start 2026. I get to start a new job. I get to start a new job. I get to, what else? I get to start a new job. I'm gonna, I quit one of my jobs, obviously, because I started a new job, but I still have two other jobs that I'm gonna continue to do because I need to make money. You know, I was looking on social media, which is probably not the best resource, but San Jose is the most expensive place to live in the United States. San Jose, and I am here, a single mom, trying to survive. I'm late on my space rent, you know, because I have a mobile home. And in case you're wondering what a mobile home, it's not a trailer. It's a they call it a mobile home, but because you can technically move it, but it doesn't have wheels. And I have space rent, and then I have a mortgage, and I've been trying to pay this shit by myself. Not been, I am playing it by myself, but because all the jobs, I was working 4 jobs, I didn't make enough money to pay my mortgage. I started to fall behind, right? I was like negative overdraft to negative overdraft. and I was at the point in my life where I'm like, well, I can't do anything about it. Like that, this is what it is. Am I ever going to get out of this? Like, am I ever going to get out of this? And every time I did, every time I got out of it. And I'm amazed with my resilience. At least that's what people tell me. Like, you're so resilient. In fact, that's what my ex-husband's one of his hoes, said to me once. She's like, you're so resilient. I actually have the screenshot of the messages I want to say from her, or at least I hope I still have them, because that'd be a funny read or post, you know? I mean, fun fact, one of the women that my ex-husband cheated on me with was my parents' neighbor. Yeah, I know, weird, right? So my parents had a neighbor that needed to get some housework done, and supposedly he was helping with that housework. And in the middle of all that, he started fucking her. So, I mean, when I found out, I was fucking livid. Like, I couldn't believe that he was that big of a hoe. Like, what the fuck? And I could believe it. I could believe it because, mind you, I've known him since we were young, you know? And he's always had that mentality and that reputation, but I thought it was different because he married me. I was the first person he married. He was the third. And I thought, like, this is it. Like, this is the guy I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. I mean, for better or for worse. And it wasn't. It wasn't. And you know what's crazy? I went to Vegas with him, and I went to this store called, what is it called? Something Luck. I'm trying to think what's it called. Not Pure Luck. Luck. What is it called? I can't think of what it is. But, Karma and Luck. So I went to Vegas, went to Karma and Luck, and I got this bracelet with like one of the wandering eye thingies. And supposedly it's supposed to protect you, right? The wandering eye, it's supposed to protect you from, bad juju type of stuff. And is it wandering eye? No, I don't know. Wandering eye. What is it called? Wandering eye. Anyways, had the eye, and it was supposed to be like protect me. And I bought that bracelet while I was married to my third husband, and for the longest time I thought the bracelet wasn't working. And so I stopped wearing the bracelet. But mind you, while I was wearing the bracelet, my ex-husband was showing me exactly who he was. Like, he was abusive, physical, verbally, mentally. And I took out the bracelet because I didn't think it was working. And then when I found out it was working, because it was showing me who he was, it was protecting me. It was telling me, bitch, like, and you're wearing this fucking bracelet, and I'm showing you exactly what big of an asshole this guy is. So you got to run for the hills. And instead of me like realizing that, I took the bracelet off. And when I realized, oh shit, it was working, I put the bracelet on. And then when I finally left my ex-husband, the bracelet broke. Like I felt like it had its purpose, you know? And then I look back sometimes, I'm just like, why didn't I give him another chance? I gave him numerous amount of chances. I took the marriage seriously. He didn't. And, you know, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm so happy. Like, even with my second marriage, my ex-husband was seeing someone else. And I guess, like, I just want to be loved, and I want that person to love me the way I want to be loved. And I don't know. I just feel like I don't think that there's a person that can understand that, because I've tried it, you know, I've tried it. And I'm at the point where it's like, I'd rather be alone and happy, or trying to be happy and making myself happy, than making someone else happy. Because life is so short. The last thing I want to be thinking about is making someone else happy. like I could be on my deathbed and here I am like, oh, I wonder if this person's happy. Bitch, you're dying. You're fucking dying. And the last thing you want to worry about is other people. And I know that sounds selfish. I really, really know it does. But it's my turn. It's my turn to be happy. It's my turn to put myself first. And I should have always put myself first. But, you know, once you have kids, like, they're the ones who come first, you know? I see everyone trying to go on that Ozempic and lose weight. And good for them. Like, I wish I could afford it. But I guess I'm just learning to love myself the way I am. Poor, you know, a little in the overweight side, which is fine. Little chonker. But I've been so much happier. I've been doing this thing where people are like, how are you doing? And I'm like, great. You know, I used to say, and I'll catch myself. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm okay. I mean, no, I'm great. I'm great. Because if I want to feel great, then I need to say those words, because they say, you know, words are a lot stronger than we think. You know, words are actually powerful. You know, words can be meaningful. And, you know, that saying, whatever you say bounces off, I am rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks on you. I want to feel great, and I want other people to feel great. I'm turning 43 next year. And I wanted to do my special, and that's going to be on the back burner. So most likely I'm not going to be doing my special, but I do have a show that's going to be coming out February 12th with Molly Succombe, PX, and Molly with friends. It's supposed to be PX on Molly with friends, but, you know, it's I haven't been on Molly's for a really long time, and used to enjoy doing drugs, and now I'm at the point where I'm good. I don't need to do drugs, you know. I'm not content. I'm just hungry for money. And you're probably like, oh, money doesn't matter. And people be saying that shit all the fucking time. Oh, I mean, once you have money, it doesn't matter. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's the thing. You say that because you have fucking money. I just want to pay my bills. I just want to pay my bills. That's it. I don't care about anything else anymore. I just want to be able to live, you know? I was tired of being in survival mode. And so that's why I started going to the casino, because I enjoy the casino. I feel alive there sometimes. But, you know, gambling is just another addiction that, you know, I'm trying to control. And I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I mean, I smoked since I was 18 and I just quit smoking cigarettes. It's going to be 2 years in June. Not going to lie, you know, once in a while I'll grab a cigarette and I'll smoke it. And I realize how gross it is. And I don't know if it's because I'm not smoking the cigarettes that I like, or I don't know if it's cigarettes are just nasty to me, you know, but I I'm proud of myself. I'm actually proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for quitting smoking. I'm proud of myself for, you know, getting this new job. I'm proud of myself for leaving my toxic marriage, which, by the way, he still hasn't responded to my divorce, but he did write a letter to me from jail, which is kind of annoying too. And then I just feel bad for the girl that he's with now, because uh she's, I don't know, I think she feels like she's stuck. I don't know. You know, I said wandering eye. It's not called wandering, it's the evil eye. Which is a protective power. And I hope she's okay. You know, I posted a video in October called not called, it was a Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You know, I posted that video, and I got like a few criticisms, you know, where people were like, "Oh yeah, you're like antagonizing him," and I'm like, first off, I'm not antagonizing him, because the video it starts off with me saying a date, or it's like on the video, a date, October 21st, 2021, but October 1st, 2021, when I had already caught my ex-husband cheating on me. I was fed up. I was just like, I can't do this with you anymore. Like, this is too much of an emotional roller coaster for me. And I wanted him to leave. And I wanted to take his truck. And the reason why I wanted to take his truck is because it was my money. I paid for that fucking truck. And I'm so annoyed that I helped him sell that truck, and I gave him half the money because I gave his mom half the money. And I'm so pissed as I'm just talking about this. Yeah, I gave him half the money because I sold this truck that I fucking paid for when I should have kept all the money. So stupid. And I gave his mom half the money because it was the right thing to do. I mean, she paid for a lot of shit, and she helped him sell the house, which, again, he sold the house, didn't give me anything from it. And I feel so defeated. And then I look at where I'm at now. Like, I don't have anyone. And as much as I say I'm okay with that, part of me isn't, you know. Part of me yearns to have someone to cuddle with. Part of me yearns to have that companionship, you know. And I don't want a boyfriend, you know. I mean, I just want someone that's there, like, through thick and thin, you know, for better or for worse, you know. And it's sad because it's the holidays, and I'm watching Alfred Hitchcock on mute while I try to do this last episode of the year. And I don't know what this episode is going to come to, but back to the domestic violence awareness. So October 1st, I was nagging my ex-husband about how, like, you know, you need to cut off this bitch and the woman that he was shooting me with, because I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, I don't want to see her messages. You know, you tell me you're not talking to her, but clearly you're still talking to her. And some people are going to be like, well, why were you going through his phone? Because he betrayed me. And I thought he was going to do it again. And I was right. He did it again. And instead of him just leaving the house, he ended up trying to take his truck. Well, he did. He took the keys from my hand, and then he smacked me on the ground, threw me on the floor, and then when he threw me on the floor, I was like, oh, and he smacked me in my face. I was like, dude, we're fucking done. Like, that's it. I could not be with someone who treats another human being that way. It's not okay. And so I walked into the bedroom. He follows me and he catches me from behind, throws me on the ground. I didn't even realize I blacked out until I rewatched the video and listened to the audio. And I blacked out. And you could just hear him hitting me. And then when I finally came to, you could just hear me screaming, And he could have killed me, but I guess he's not that stupid. Mind you, that was the same year I tried to kill myself. And I see why, I was in a really, really dark place. And that's why I recorded the videos of myself, so I can heal from it. And I feel like I am 1000% in a better mindset, and I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head. So grateful that I'm healthy. I'm so grateful that I'm starting a new journey in 2026. And if there's anyone still listening, thank you. I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful life.